This is not just another channel, it's your new go-to for entertainment. With Pick TV, you can catch all the excitement as it happens. No more waiting for reruns or scrolling endlessly through boring options. The thrill of live TV is right at your fingertips, and you won't want to miss a single moment. I mean, who doesn't love the feeling of being part of the action, right? Whether you're a news junkie or a show fanatic, Pick TV has something for everyone. So why wait? Dive into the world of live streaming and experience the magic of Pick TV Network. Click that link and let the fun begin.
Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness, and to levels of prosperity that we've never seen together.
We need to do for us instead of depending on somebody else to do for us. You know, we can do it. We generate the revenue, but we just won't trust each other and come together and pool these resources and do it for ourselves and our communities. It's a no-brainer.
Right now, when we look at what we need to do, I need the feedback from experienced, seasoned funeral directors.
Pooling our resources, like you say, co-op, buying the fluids together, buying our cars together so we can save money. When you save, then you got more to do to help somebody else.
It's available for anybody who wants to participate in the program. We have white commanders in the program already. We have teachers that are Caucasian. So it's not a prejudice kind of program.
It's been, you know, we say the Willie Lynch syndrome, divided and conquered. They keep us divided, they got us conquered. So we got to get past that, people. We got to get to the point where we can see that together we're stronger. You know, together. The word says it's more blessed to give than receive, and I've seen it work for me. I mean, I give, and God is going to continue to give. If you're giving and helping other people, God's going to see that you keep getting through His people.
Hey everybody, this is David Evans, President of Pick TV Network. We got a hot show for you once again. You know, we started the series with the Afterlife Planning Show with Brother Randy Horton, President, Founder of Horton Funeral Services, and we just so happy again to continue this series. For those who are watching right now, we had almost 500 people to come on that first segment, and we are growing. And we're right back now. We're going to continue the segments, our series. I'm bringing on Mr. Horton. This is really his show, and Miss Belton here from Washington, D.C., and I'm going to bring them up on the screen right now. Hello, Brother Horton. Hello, Miss Belton.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Well, thank God for you guys. You know, you have been a blessing to so many people around the world. And I want to thank Horton's Funeral Services, folks, those who are watching right now, 600 Kennedy Street, Northwest Washington, D.C., 211. If you want to call and get some services, you can call 202-829-9000. And we're going to show you some wonderful things about Horton Funeral Services, Kennedy Street. They service our family. We love Brother Horton. And again, he also has a Black-owned cemetery, folks. And you guys, oh man, this is so beautiful to see what he has done and his team has done to bring together information and to and help us. A lot of people really need help today with so much going on. Brother Horton, thank you for coming in with Miss Belton today. You're my favorite two people coming on my TV network.
You're so welcome, and thank you for having us so we can be a blessing to our people.
You are such a blessing. You know, this life planning show, we plan to go to the doctor, we plan to go out of town, we plan to go on trips, we plan to go to dinner, we plan to go to birthday events. But now we're talking about the the Afterlife and Life Planning Show, Brother Horton. Ms. Belton, let's get right into this topic today: funeral services versus with a burial and funeral service with cremation. What happens when a family member can't agree on what type of service to have for their loved one?
Well, thank you for asking. So many times we have families that comes to funeral homes, and sometimes they want a service with a service with a burial, and they want a service with a cremation. And a lot of times this causes a lot of division for family members when their loved one hadn't discussed before now sometimes what they wanted upon their death. So when we talk about a service with a burial, we are actually talking about a viewing where people come in and view the loved ones along with the family members. And after the service, then we're taking their loved one to the cemetery. Now, you can do the same thing when you have a service and a cremation. Now, funeral homes don't tell the community whether or not a person is going to be cremated. That's personal and that's private, and it's up to the family whether or not they want the community to know what type of disposition their loved one will have. So in that case, it's a service where people come in with the viewing, and then they have it somewhere, a church, or they can have it in a chapel, or they can have it wherever. And then afterwards, we will cremate the body, not on the same day. It could be a few days later that we actually would take their loved one to the crematory. But it's just so important beforehand because it caused so much division among family members when one wants their loved one to be buried and the other one said, no, mama said she wanted to be cremated. So it's up to the next of kin to make that final decision, whether or not it's the spouse, or if there's no spouse involved, now we're going to the children. Now we're also going to go to the oldest child that will have that responsibility to make that decision. And hopefully among the other siblings, they can come to a conclusion. But the next of kin would be the oldest child. Now, a lot of times the oldest child will turn over their rights to sometime another sibling who maybe been caring for their loved one, or for whatever reason, they feel like that the other sibling can handle the situation much better. But that's the difference between a cremation with a burial and a cremation with the funeral.
And Dr. She was saying it's so important that we do some planning. And this is one thing that we as a people need to get up with: planning, even planning for living while we're here on earth, and then make the plan for our demise when we go home to be with the Lord. But we got to plan better. There's a saying say, if you don't plan, you plan to lose. So we've got to plan better.
Well, Horton, I want to ask you a question too. You've been working with us now over 30 years. Thank you for this handling the funeral arrangements for my mom, Mother Evans, Father Evans, my brother Bobby, as a man, my sister Brenda, my sister Edie, who you love so much. Edie, you always like two peas in the pot, man. You hugged me on Sunday. The Great Rock Calvary, you love Edie, man. And I missed her. I cried on Mother's Day, because this is my first Mother's Day without my sister. I want to thank you. But Horton, I want to ask you, with things going on in 2025, why is there so many cremations? You know how a lot of people want to have the funeral at a funeral site and the burial. And talk about the finances, because a lot of people just don't know how much it can cost. And with the budgets going on today, when people losing jobs, things like that, Do you see an uprising in cremations, Brother Horton?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, nationwide right now, the cremation rate is 50%, and it's predicted it will be up to 80% in the next 5 to 7 years. 80% of all disposition will be cremation. And what has happened, like you say, with the economic situation that's going on, and then also people are realizing now they can have a full service and then cremate afterwards instead of going to the cemetery afterwards. And because I mean, we have some cemeteries that just the burial and the opening, closing, and the concrete box is like $11,000, and that's not even including the funeral. So they find they can have the funeral for about $7,000 to $8,000, and that includes the cremation. So economics has changed the way that we do our dispositions now. We have more services in cremation, some direct cremation, but most of them are doing a service first, then the cremation, and economics is driving that.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for clearing that up, because a lot of people don't know the expenses going on today. It can be very, very expensive. But also, I want you to talk about, because we're going to put it up here, your Black-owned cemetery. Can you talk about this and how it feels to be an owner of this cemetery?
Well, it's a blessing that we were able to obtain our own cemetery, because what we can do now, those that want burial, we can offer them the funeral and burial at a very respectful price. I'm even doing right now, in some cases, I'm doing the package with the funeral and the burial for $10,000. And you see that cemetery. Our cemetery is one of the most gorgeous cemeteries around. So it's not like it's some kind of hole in the wall. It's a beautiful place for final deposition for your family members. And I had the ministers ask me years ago about what we as funeral directors could do to help with the situation their members were having with their graves that they had purchased years ago. And now they find they had an opening closing fee that they were not told about. And that fee was like $2,000 something. And now, like I say, you got cemeteries now right there today, the complete burial, opening, closing, vault, and the site, $11,000, $9,000. And here I say, we're doing, in special cases, we're doing a complete burial and the service for $10,000.
$10,480.
Yep. So
it just went up a little.
And I've asked the cemetery to open up a special section for that purpose for those that can't afford it. And that's why it's so important that we pre-plan and we put the finances in place to take care of the expenses if that's what you want to do. But it's been a blessing that we have our own cemetery. We're going out there twice this week for burials, and the prices was driving it. That the price is very affordable, and we ask our listeners, if you want a burial, please call upon us. We can give you what you need at a reasonable price, and the services are unmatched.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are watching right now. This is a special presentation on the PIC TV network. We're talking to Ms. Belton and Mr. Horton from the Horton Funeral Services, 600 Kennedy Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. You can call right now, 202-829-9000. That's 202-829-9000. Brother Horton, there's a lot of people saying, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to live until Jesus comes. I have to get ready. But the Horton, when I looked at the news and I saw two brothers, my heart was broken. They were just going up on a ladder to fix a church light, and they got electrocuted. Mm-hmm. But Horton, come on. My nephew, and I would talk to you about this last time, Miss Belton. He was driving home with his sister, and a truck came across the lane. Just like that.
The word is we were born to die. We're going to die. We're not going to stay here forever. And we need to make plans for that occasion in our life that we're going to have to plan for that situation in our life that we're going to have to leave.
And there's so many people who need your services and also to have the connections. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this, folks. Don't go nowhere. We're Pick TV Network with the Afterlife Planning Show with Brother Horton.
Amen. Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness, and to levels of prosperity that we've never seen together.
We need to do for us instead of depending on somebody else to do for us. You know, we can do it. We generate the revenue, but we just won't trust each other and come together and pool these resources and do it for ourselves and our communities. It's a no-brainer.
Right now, when we look at what we need to do, I need the feedback from experienced, seasoned funeral directors.
Pooling our resources, like you say, co-op, buying the fluids together, buying our cars together so we can save money. When you save, then you got more to do to help somebody else.
It's available for anybody who wants to participate in the program. We have white commanders in the program already. We have teachers that are Caucasian. So it's not a prejudice kind of program.
It's been, we say the Willie Lynch syndrome, divided and conquered. They keep us divided, they got us conquered. So we got to get past that, people. We got to get to the point where we can see that together we're stronger. Together, the word says it's more blessed to give than receive. And I've seen it work for me. I mean, I give, and God is going to continue to give. If you're giving and helping other people, God's going to see that you keep getting it through His people.
Hey friend, I've got some super exciting news to share with you in the world of technology. Dr. David Evans has just introduced the Pick TV Network AI VIP voice promo, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Now, you can take your next event to a whole new level of awesomeness by getting the VIP voice promo. Imagine the possibilities. To learn more and seize this fantastic opportunity, give him a call at 240-423-9820. Embrace the tech revolution and get ready for some serious fun. Let's celebrate together. Hey there, I've got some absolutely amazing news for you. Dr. David Evans, the renowned speaker, is now offering public speaking engagements and embarking on a United States media tour to promote his highly anticipated upcoming book, Steps to Success. This is an incredible opportunity for you to gain valuable knowledge and be inspired by his insightful thoughts. If you're interested in booking Dr. Evans to come to your church, conference, retreat, seminar campus, or business event. Don't hesitate to reach out to his team at 240-423-9820 or visit watchpicktv.com. Secure your spot now and get ready to learn and be inspired.
Mr. Pitt's presentation is really something that's been dear to my heart, is us pooling our resources together so that we can do more for ourselves. And him and I were just talking about it. I mean, we spend so much money in America as African-American people, but we don't spend it in our communities.
Let's look at this Commander Initiative. Black funeral professionals supporting one another to success, to greatness, and to levels of prosperity that we've never seen together.
We need to do for us instead of depending on somebody else to do for us. You know, we can do it. We generate the revenue, but we just won't trust each other and come together and pool these resources and do it for ourselves and our communities. It's a no-brainer.
Right now, when we look at what we need to do, I need the feedback from experienced, seasoned funeral directors.
Pooling our resources, like you say, co-op, buying the fluids together, buying our cars together so we can save money. When you save, then you got more to do to help somebody else.
It's available for anybody who wants to participate in the program. We have white commanders in the program already. We have teachers that are Caucasian. So it's not a prejudice kind of program.
It's been, we say the Willie Lynch syndrome, divided and conquered. They keep us divided, they got us conquered. So we got to get past that, people. We got to get to the point where we can see that together we're stronger. Together, the word says it's more blessed to give than receive. And I've seen it work for me. I mean, I give, and God is going to continue to give. If you're giving and helping other people, God's going to see that you keep getting it through His people.
All right, folks, we're right back here at the closing segment. We are so happy to have Miss Belton is back on with us. I see Miss Belton is there waiting in the backstage. Let me just bring her in, and we're gonna get ready for the closing segment of the show today. Ms. Belton, thank you for coming in once again, helping us to do what we do. You can get your glasses if you need to.
My pleasure. I think I can see you pretty good. And I can see the listening audience too.
No, we're happy for you and Mr. Horton coming in to educate our audience on Can you talk about, before we close out, why it's important for loved ones to let your loved ones know your final arrangements, your final wishes?
Well, as I had stated earlier, it's very, very important for your loved one to let the family members know exactly how they would want their final arrangements made. They could start off with even telling the family, I want to be buried at their church, because so many times you may have parents that passes, and the children decide that they're going to bury them in their church. So you should either put things in writing or talk to your loved ones as far as what you want. You can also go or come to people like me that will prearrange a funeral so that whatever you want, the exact way, that's what we put in your file. So upon your going home to glory, the family will know exactly how you want it, what you want, and everything about your funeral arrangements that you want. And that way it eliminates all the confusion within the family. So many times we have family that will actually come into arrangement room and they will almost get into fist fighting. Or there may be situations where it's so bad that we may have to call the police because their loved one did not discuss with them exactly what they wanted, and it has caused a lot of confusion. So it's very, very important for families to know whatever it is that you want as far as the church, where it's going to be. If you not from this area and you want to go back home, you may need to make it known. So many times people have plots in their hometown and they want to go back to their hometown. But if you don't relay this information to your family, they will do exactly what they want and how they want to do it. I even went so far with me personally. I know exactly. I have already done my obituary, and it's not a bad idea for you to get started on that early so that your loved ones don't have to think about where you went to school, what happened, where'd you work, and all those things that's really, really was important to you in your life. So start working on your obituary. Start, planning ahead of time so there will be no confusion at the end.
And Mr. Horton, I want to bring you in before we close. You've been in this over 30 years. Over all your life, you dedicated your ministry to serving and helping families. But Horton, when you talk to our folks out there, the first thing when you hear you lost a loved one, the devastation, the stress. Miss Belton talked about why is a lot of that happening, but can you just formulate when we feel that? I know how I feel to say your mom expired, my sister Edie passed away, but with that stress, and then you if you don't have things together, it's a lot of things that takes place. There's a lot of things that happen when you hear those words, Brother Horton. Can you talk about that?
Well, one thing we're talking about, the pre-planning is so important because, first of all, you plan the type of service that you want. You put it in place, you select casket, clothes, location of the service, and also you can lock the price in at today's price. That's important too because everything is going up every year. But if you pre-plan, you lock it in at today's price, and that saves you money because you might be 30 years down the road.
That's
right. But you still have prearranged that funeral and paid for it. That way it's locked in at that price. That helps. And I tell people, this is a ministry God gave me, but I tell you, Doctor, it really hits hard because, I've grown up in this city playing athletics in boys club, rec center, high school, and college. I know so many people in the city, and I see so many deaths. And it really, really strikes home. And that's why I tell them folks, let's celebrate this life. Let's have this grand celebration. You lived a good life. Tell the family, let's celebrate them. And this is the last thing you can do for your loved one. So let's do it in a grand way to say that you love them and now you have to celebrate them. And this is what we do at Horton's Funeral Home. We plan a great celebration for your loved one. And that's why we want, it's important that you can pre-plan this thing and you can see what type of service that you are planning, color casket, what suit you're going to wear, what dress you're going to wear, all of this. And then, like you say, I told people, I don't know if I can be up in heaven and see what's going on or not. But we at Horton, we're gonna make you stand out. We're gonna render the greatest service that we can render.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's so important. Those who are watching, you can call right now, 829-9000. You may have had a loved one that passed away and you need some help, you need some services. Call Brother Horton. He's been working with us for over 30 years. 600 Kennedy Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. 829-9000. He has his team standing by. Miss Belton, everybody is there. Ms. Belton, again, it's a sensitive time with so much going on in our world, so much going on with people losing jobs and things. And to know that you have Brother Horton there, somebody not going to rip you off, somebody not going to scam you, not going to just take all your money. Brother Horton provides great service. And what I love about it, he has his own Black-owned cemetery. Black-owned cemetery, folks. This is huge. I remember, Brother Horton, you told me about this about 5 years ago. You said we'll put this together, and you wanted some clergy, you wanted some ministers to get with you on
Right.
this.
But that just shows that if you're doing the right thing in the eyes of God and His people, they will help you bring it to pass. And I'll seen everything, not everything, but just about everything that I want in life to help me bless others come to pass. Not just for me, for I can be a blessing to others. I've seen the people of God help me get this done. That's why I tell my folks, let's do the right thing in life. Treat people right. And it's such a great feeling when you know you've done right. I always tell somebody there, well, when my time comes back and the Lord say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Well done. So I tell my people, let's pre-plan this the way you want it. And it'll make a great difference. And like I said, it will keep the division down within the family because you have put it in writing how you want it. And there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. This is what you want. And put it together legally, and nobody can change it.
That's right.
Yeah. And I love it. I want to thank everybody for watching today. This is part one. We got another segment coming on. We're going to talk about, what happens when you don't let the loved ones know concerning your final wishes. We're going to talk about that when we come back on our next segment, folks. This is a special TV special with Brother Horton, the Life Planning Show. And I hope you got this information. Please watch the repeats. Last time we had 500 people to come on the first day. We want to continue to keep those numbers going. I want to thank our friends, Greater Mount Calvary, Bishop Owens and Co-Pastor Owens and Pastor Carter, all our friends there, my sister Darlene and everybody there at Calvary. We love you. And Brother Horton, you said something about somebody's birthday. Somebody had a birthday a couple of days ago. I think.
Yeah, happy birthday, belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
To Dr. Carter.
Yeah.
63?
Yeah. 63.
Oh.
I got a way to catch you though, Brother Horton. I'm on my way to your.
To God be the glory. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
This is a weekly show, folks, and we can't wait till the next segment. We'll be back on the next segment. Don't go far. We're going to be coming back soon on the next segment on the Life Planning Show. And again, if you enjoyed this show, you want to get in touch with Brother Horton right now, call 202-829-9000. You guys, tell me you enjoyed the show. You can bring some good news that way too. Everybody loves Brother Horton. All the pastors out there. I talked to Bishop Collins. Everybody loves you. Pastor Simeon Corn. Everybody I talk to, man, we love Brother Horton, and we supporting our own.
And I love the people. I love the people of God.
Yes, he does.
And I really, really, really do. Amen.
Yes, sir. So thank you guys for coming on Pick TV Network. This is another show that we have right now. We're so happy for all of you watching. We'll be back on the next segment. We'll see you in a minute.
Count on me. Don't be worried. Cast all your troubles away. Wherever you're going, just know that I'll be there. let you down. People come and they go. I'll never leave, but I'll be. You can count on me.
Hey there. I've got some absolutely amazing news for you. Dr. David Evans, the renowned speaker, is now offering public speaking engagements and embarking on a United States media tour to promote his highly anticipated upcoming book, Steps to Success. This is an incredible opportunity for you to gain valuable knowledge and be inspired by his insightful thoughts. If you're interested in booking Dr. Evans to come to your church, conference, retreat, seminar campus, or business event, don't hesitate to reach out to his team at 240-423-9820 or visit watchpicktv.com. Secure your spot now and get ready to learn and be inspired.
Hey, my friend, you made it to the end of another show on the Pick TV Network. I want to thank you for watching. Continue to watch our shows and programs on Pick TV. Is the place to be. Now, we got another hot show coming up. I'll be back right after this. Thank you for your time.
Wow, my first time flying a 747 assimilated Boeing airplane was amazing. The captain taught me, and I was just listening, and just to be in a position where flying in the air is so different from being a passenger when you're behind the cockpit and you listening to the captain who's instructing you on what buttons to push to make the plane fly, and also to be moving. This assimilated aircraft is the same thing that the pilots use before they take off and fly. Passenger planes with 140 people on it, valued at $140 million for this airplane. Was amazing. This was one of the best days of my life. I can't wait to go back and fly again. It was amazing. The instructor taught me, and was happy to be in the cockpit, sitting in the captain's seat, flying this plane. It's the closest thing to being there. And my wife was back in this seat. My son Amos was back in the seat, and they didn't want to fly, but I did, and I'm so happy I did. And I can't wait for you guys to see some more of this footage of me flying this Boeing 747. I want to thank the captain, the team, and also everybody who worked for Boeing, from the president to the vice president to everybody, and also the people who make these assimilated aircrafts. It's like being right there, and I can't wait to go back again and fly some more. I'm addicted to flying now. This is David Evans, and I'm honored to be one of the new pilots coming up real soon.
Hey friend, I've got some super exciting news to share with you in the world of technology. Dr. David Evans has just introduced the Pick TV Network AI VIP voice promo, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Now, you can take your next event to a whole new level of awesomeness by getting the VIP voice promo. Imagine the possibilities. To learn more and seize this fantastic opportunity, give him a call at 240-423-9820. Embrace the tech revolution and get ready for some serious fun. Let's celebrate together.